there is obviously a little bit of a security concern with this upcoming inauguration. Obviously, a little bit of a concern. You've got Donald Trump, who is the most polarizing figure in American politics in the last 100 years at least. He has now survived not one, but two assassination attempts that we know of. There were probably more. We had that incident on the border where you had an individual who was armed and at large and looking for Trump. Never heard anything more about that. You have got a guy who is pissed off a lot of the deep state. You've got a guy who multiple foreign governments have put a bounty on his head, who's going to be outdoors in Washington, D.C. on the 20th. So there's a lot of concern surrounding this inauguration. So naturally, Trump said we better play it safe, go do the swearing in, and just go home, right? Wrong. He decided to do the biggest inauguration party ever with more outdoor events than any president-elect in American history. Have you heard anything more Trumpish than that? The man stares death in the face multiple times and just laughs at it. Like, this guy has cheated the Grim Reaper twice that we know of now, and just continues to do the touchdown dance in his face to taunt him like this. You have to, like, love him or hate him, you have to admire the balls on this guy. So here's my concerns with this. I'm not worried about Iran. I'm not worried about some crazed liberal with a gun. My concern here, and I know, and we've said on this show that I think Trump shouldn't trust anyone in the Secret Service. I think he should go private at this point and hire Eric Prince and ex-Blackwater guys, people he can actually trust, because the Secret Service, unfortunately, while there are a lot of good individual members of it, at its core, it's rotted, just like all the other bureaucracies. I think that Donald Trump, the biggest problem coming here is that his Secret Service that he trusts, he said he trusts his agents, his Secret Service is not the Secret Service that's going to be ensuring security for the inauguration. Until he's sworn in, power has not officially changed hands, and it will still be Joe Biden's Secret Service. That's where my concern lies. You may trust the guys and have grown real close with the guys who have been assigned to you, and you may really like those guys, but that's not going to be who's ensuring the protection on January 20th for the inauguration. You've also got the fact that these guys have been laying the foundation for some type of black swan event on the inauguration day for a long time now. You've got everything going on with the drones. You've got multiple shady assassination attempts that they won't give us any further details on. They just let it go. You know what's crazy is we know Lee Harvey Oswald's blood type and his mother's cousin's ex-girlfriend from 7th grade. But in the age of social media, we have no idea about anything about any of the people that tried to shoot Trump. I just think that's a little odd. You've got, I told you they were laying the foundation a long time ago to set up Iran and use that as a psyop, because then they could kill two birds with one stone, go to war with Iran, get their competition out of the way. You've also got this comment that was made this week from a Biden national security advisor. Now, the comment on its own wouldn't draw much of a red flag from me, but it's the way he says it and the context he adds to it. Go ahead and look at this quote here and tell me this isn't creepy.
That's why my
next other one
tonight.
Yeah. I just will say one last word, which is I hope this is my last time at this podium, at least for a little while. I don't mean that in a negative sense. I mean, the only thing that would bring me back is an unexpected event in the next few days, which, as you all know, is totally possible given everything you've seen over the course of the past years. But if it is, in fact, my last time before you, I just want to say thank you for what you guys do every day. Thank you for putting up with me.
So the comment on its own, barring an unexpected event, this won't be that doesn't bother me. If he just would have left it at that, I wouldn't even be reporting on this. But it's the fact, did that bother you too, the way he said that? which, as we know, given the events of the last couple years, is totally possible and could definitely happen. Like he's throwing it in your face. Hey, by the way, this might probably is something that's going to happen on Monday, between now and Monday. So just stay tuned, right? That bothers me a little bit. That makes me feel like something's up. But here's the problem. If Trump gets whacked, then we get President J.D. Vance, who's going to be even worse for the liberals than Donald Trump. The only way I could see them playing this, honestly, is making it seem like some type of terrorist group or foreign government carried it out. I can't see them calling it a crazed liberal lunatic. I can't see anything like that. I could see them framing some type of foreign government, terrorist group, whatever the case may be, and using that as an excuse that we're now under attack. We can't change power. We have to hold on to it. I've told you desperate people do desperate things. They've tried everything up until now that I told you they were going to try. They floated the alien thing out. It didn't work. They tried to start World War III. They tried multiple times to assassinate him. None of those things worked. This, between now and Monday, this is the establishment's last stand, at least for the next 4 years. They're not going anywhere, guys. They'll be back. This is what we have to pay attention to. You've also got, again, when we talk about lying the foundations, you've got this girl named Sarah Adams who went on the Sean Ryan podcast. We talked. He was the one that had the former intelligence officer came on with the Vegas car bomber supposed emails. I don't know. Sarah Adams is a former CIA spook who's a former intelligence officer, and she said that thousands of terrorists have snuck across the border, and they've planned multiple attacks in both the United States and Europe for a certain date, and they're going to target schools, shopping malls, churches, just farmers markets, zoos, places where a lot of families go. At first, when I heard that, I thought, oh my God, because it's believable. We've got a wide open border that if you were our enemy, why wouldn't you exploit it? Now, I'm not going to no longer remain vigilant about it, but given the fact that the guy who went on the Sean Ryan show recently about the Vegas car bomber was basically all but proven to be a psyop, it seems to me that Sean Ryan, I don't think he knows it. I don't think he's in on it. I think he's being fed good and bad information, and he doesn't know what's what, and he's just taking the interviews whenever they want to stir up a panic. They've done this to the mainstream media outlets. We would be foolish to think that the military-industrial complex and the deep state wouldn't adapt and start targeting alternative media like podcasts to feed these types of fear-mongering stories to. So I don't think he's in on it. But I started thinking, when I got nervous about this Sarah Adams report, I started thinking, hold on a second. She's ex-CIA. I mean, are you really ever ex-CIA? It's like saying you're ex-Italian mob, right? She's ex-CIA. When have I ever believed anything that's come out of a CIA intelligence operator's or intelligence officer's mouth? Never. They're trying to do one of two things: rile people up as an excuse to make more money and spend more on defense, because supposedly there's thousands of terror sleeper cells in the United States, and we don't know when they're all going to go off. So we need to throw more money at it. We need to give up more of our freedom so we can stay vigilant and stop this imaginary threat. Or number two, they've got her on there to lie the foundation for some type of inside job, false flag, black swan event that could potentially occur at the inauguration. That's the only way they hold on to power. They don't hold on to power if a radical liberal shoots Trump. They do if a foreign government does, because they can declare a state of emergency and they can say, we got to go to World War III right now. We are under attack. We'll do this whole J.D. Vance swearing in thing another time. Sorry. And that'll give them a chance to pivot.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked what you saw, be sure to click the link in the description to get the full episode on Rumble. If you prefer to listen along, you could actually get us on Spotify, Spreaker, and iHeartRadio. You can also go to www.outlawstreamers.com to learn more about not just my show, but tons of other great shows and all the exciting projects they have coming up. Follow my socials at Caleb Isn't Funny on Twitter and Instagram, at Caleb Salvatore Comedy on the Chinese Spy app that is TikTok, and be sure to like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Thanks, and we'll see you every Saturday for brand new episodes of That's Based. Peace.